Hey guys, this is Megan with Thousand Generation Farms. Today I am actually going to kind of switch gears a little bit. I know we've had a few videos on our baby, but this is just kind of like a generalization about pregnancy during COVID. And I'm not going to share like specifics necessarily, but just kind of different updates and then opinions that I have on it as I've been going through it. So, won't you come farming with us? So I'm going to try really hard not to like slouch. Being pregnant, I have gotten a lot more tired. So I'm trying to have good posture. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Well, it does, but okay. Anyway, so pregnancy during COVID. First off, I just want to say, like, these are my own opinions. Take them, as a grain of salt, because everybody has their own thoughts about things, their own ideas. And second of all, I don't know a ton about the pandemic. Of course, I know what I hear, but anymore, who knows if that is factual or not. And honestly, it overwhelms me to a point. So I really try to just stay alert with it and stay updated with it, but not like immerse myself in the news or in social media stuff that is concerning it, just because honestly, God is my judge. He is truth. He knows, what's going on in our world better than any of us do. And he knows, the future and the past and stuff. And so I try to trust him through it. Of course, I'm not good at that very often, but I try. So anyways, like I said, just take this as a grain of salt if that's how you feel. So the first time we got pregnant was right when the pandemic started. It didn't really bother me. I think COVID was so new that no one really knew what it was. You still went to work, you still hung out with your family, stuff like that. It was just kind of normal, but you just heard this talk about this pandemic, this, virus going around. And like a lot of things, when you live in a small town, in my opinion, you hear all these things going on around you, but you don't necessarily see it all the time or see it right away. So you keep it in your, it's almost like it's one of those pots on the back griddle or the back burner. You just kind of keep it in your head, and you pray about it if you pray, but you don't really allow it to affect you, or it doesn't really affect you right away. So being pregnant then, I think it was just all excitement. I don't think we worried about the pandemic really at all. Now that I look back, I don't. I mean, vaccines, all that stuff wasn't even a thought in my mind. I didn't even know what this virus was, and I tried not to really think about it or worry about it, because how many times, does the news bring up something that seems scary, but then it goes away the next day. So that's kind of how the beginning of it was. And then when we got pregnant the second time, I think that was, right before, kind of when they were messing around with the idea of the vaccine and, was there going to be one? It was kind of after a major hit of people getting the virus. At least that's what we were told. But my doctors never really, they would warn us, just be careful, wear your masks, just stay healthy. But they didn't like freak out about it either, which was really nice because it kind of kept us calm. And even then, like in the beginning, I think we were just a lot more excited that we were pregnant again. We just felt really blessed. And then like I was fearful, of miscarrying because, you go through that once and then it's like engraved in your head. And so I think during that time, like we knew more about the virus, it seemed like, and we talked about it more and it was just everywhere. But, and it started to affect us, like at work, and because we had to wear masks, and then there was mandates, in different towns. And so it affected us more like directly rather than just hearing about it. But I still think that just the excitement of being pregnant kind of like overtook those fears. And of course, like me personally, I kept trying to, like stay informed, but not immerse myself in it because I worry a lot anyways. And I didn't need that on top of it, especially when I was pregnant, because I didn't want to, cause stress to the baby. I didn't want to be stressed myself. And I think that's easy to be stressed anyways. So, but then as we went through our pregnancy and the vaccine came out and stuff, there was more like talk between Joseph and I and just family members and doctors and stuff, like what's the best action when you're pregnant during COVID. And I honestly didn't have like a ton of those talks that like went into depth. And I think it was just because we still don't know, with the vaccines, we don't know side effects, all that stuff. We're not 100% sure on any of that. It hasn't been around long enough, whether it be the virus or the vaccine or, symptoms. The symptoms of COVID are symptoms of the flu, are symptoms of like a lot of things. So it's just so new to us. So, and it came to pregnancy and affecting pregnancy, like I honestly don't think, in my mind, in my opinion, that it affected it that much. Like, of course, it made me more aware of like what I was doing. Was I washing my hands? Was I, like if I went into a store, was I sanitizing? Which now that, we do that more, I think, why don't we do this all the time? Because, we don't have to be germ freaks, or scared of germs, but we should be conscious of our health. We all should be. And I told Joseph the other day, honestly, in my opinion, if we're taking care of ourselves by getting plenty of sleep, drinking plenty of water, working out, or just staying active, like going on walks, not just sitting all day at our desk, but if we're actively trying to take care of ourselves, even, reading the Bible, like spiritually or mentally, just having a girl's day out or a guy's day out, when we're socializing with people. And I know right now it's a little hard to do. I think it's getting better, but because for a while we were just kind of told to, stay home, which makes sense. But if we are actively trying to stay healthy and keep ourselves healthy, then in my mind, that can do us so much good. And then if there's anything else, like say a vaccine or just different practices like washing your hands more, that can help as well, then that just adds to it. It just adds to better health, better hygiene. So trying to just pray about that, seek God's wisdom, in that. And if that's the right way of thinking, if that's the wise way of thinking, if that glorifies Him. And then also, asking God for help in keeping that. Like during pregnancy, it's been hard to eat healthy because it seems like I just throw it up. But, you know, still just trying what I can, doing my best, knowing that like even after the baby, like I want to do that as well. And as parents, you know, we want to teach our children to be healthy as well. I think that goes such a long way, whether it be, you know, fighting against like a sickness or a virus or bacteria, or whether it just be in general. Who doesn't feel better when they get 8 hours of sleep? I think everybody does, hopefully. And who doesn't feel better when they eat healthier? I think we all do, whether we realize it or not. But anyways, so when it comes to the pandemic, pregnancy during the pandemic, for me personally, it's probably made me like more aware of things, like think about things more or deeply, or pray more about things, which is awesome because I think God calls us to do that all the time, just to keep praying. But in other respects, I don't know that it has really affected us in that many more ways. Honestly, when I found out I was pregnant, we were quarantining. So I don't even really think that worried me too much. Praise God. I think I just tried to take it easy. So, I don't know. I know a lot of other people have had different stories with this. Like they got super sick. You know, if they were pregnant and they had COVID, they got super sick, or it didn't seem to even barely do anything to them, or, you know, maybe it just worried them a lot, which everything worries all of us. So that's understandable, especially like as a new mom or as a mom with kids, going to be a mom again, you know, and just trying to keep up with life and your kids and as your body's changing. But anyway, so in the end, I think it's changed us all, and it's definitely something like we'll be able to look back on and be like, there was a pandemic going on while, you know, we were pregnant with you. But I think God allows us to learn so much from him through this stuff, and whether that be more reliance on him, trusting him more, just so many different things. And he also teaches us, you know, what healthy means, how to stay healthy, and you know that there are people he has put in our life, like doctors and nurses, to help us, you know, help us to stay accountable in those areas as well. So overall, that's kind of my opinion on pregnancy during the pandemic. I hope you guys, you know, could hear me out on some of these things, if not all of them. If you have any thoughts or experiences you want to share, leave them in the comment box. And also, this is kind of like a different video compared to my normal like farm stuff and DIY stuff, but I might be sharing more, you know, more about this stuff just because it is important, and I think it all ties together, you know, no matter what your job is, whether you're a farmer, whether you have another job but you also farm, or whether, you know, you don't farm, whatever you do, it all ties together, and it's important for us to be healthy. It's important for us to talk to each other about it, keep each other accountable. And so, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for everybody who has. That just helps us to get the word out about small farming operations and just the different things we're doing. It also just helps our channel get shared more, which is awesome because we want to keep sharing that and keep growing it. I keep saying sorry about it. Anyways, thanks for joining us on Thousand Generation Farms today, and I believe our next video will be a DIY. Hopefully it's the kitchen renovation part 2. We're just about done, so we'll see you later.